This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Jeremy Wolf.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Good Neighbor Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wolf, and today I am joined by Karin Ray. Karin is with ASM Music Schools, right down the road from me here in lovely Cooper City. Karin, thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure, and thanks to our listeners for tuning in. So, Karin, tell us a little bit about ASM Music Schools.
Okay. We are a private music school for children. We've been teaching music to children since 1964. Been around a long time, and it's a family.
1964.
64. Started down in Miami, and now we're up here in Broward. My dad started it. He was a musician also, and he came down from New York with us as a family to start the school. The idea of for him was that he wanted to pair teaching music privately, one-on-one with a teacher, with bands, group lessons. So all the students here have the opportunity not only to work with a private teacher one-on-one for 30 minutes, but they also have several hours during the week where they can come to a band. We call them bands. They're group lessons, and they're all leveled so that as the child gets more advanced, they move from band to band. And unlike school, like a traditional school, we see the kids for a very long time. Most of our students start when they're young and stay through high school. So we kind of feel like a giant noisy family here with all the kids here. We teach guitar, keyboard, drums, voice, ukulele, electric bass, and on occasion we have a saxophone and a trumpet lesson because I do have one teacher who teaches pretty much all the band instruments. Let's see what else. I know that, again, the idea of the school is to be as social as possible. So the kids make friends. We do combos with them. We do music festivals where they compete every year. We have mini recitals. We have a big holiday concert coming up this weekend. We try to take the students who are in our performing groups out into the community to perform. We're going to be at the Pembroke Pines Snow Fest this Saturday. So it's very fun. It's very fun. We're open like all week except Sunday until we start rehearsing shows, and then we're open every day. The kids here are great. They not only are they learning music skills, which will last them forever, but they also make friends that last forever. We've had marriages come out of this place. And in fact, I teach one of the children of one of those marriages.
So where is, you mentioned the Pembroke Pines Snowfest on Saturday. Where is that?
That's over at the Civic Center. It's like 103rd over there. I have to look up the exact address for you.
Is that performance a group like a band performance or an orchestral type thing?
Well, they have a lot of groups from the neighborhood coming in. A lot of different places that have children that perform, and other performers. They're going to do a tree lighting. There's a lot of it's a great thing. They bring in snow, tons and tons of snow. The kids can actually play in snow in Florida, which should be fun.
So 1964.
Yes.
Started down in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago did you plant your roots here in Cooper City?
It's 32 years ago.
Wow.
We've been in this location on Pine Island and Griffin for 32 years, I guess. Yeah. Wow. I'm old.
I was gonna say you're making me feel young today. Thank you, Karin. I appreciate it.
Well, it's funny. Half of our teachers were students here, and they go out and they come back and they become teachers. And we have teachers here who have been with us for 25 years or more. And they just, again, we're very community oriented. That's why people stay, and that's why we keep going, because the teachers here love what they do. The staff here loves what they do, and we love all the kids. They're amazing. They're amazing. I teach mostly the upper level kids, and the teenagers are my favorite. I love them all, but I love the teenagers. They're just fantastic. They're so giving and so open and accepting, and we have a huge diverse population here. So it really is an amazing little microcosm. I invite you to come and visit us.
Definitely got to come check it out. So you work with exclusively children. Is there a cutoff to age limit? I guess after teenage years.
We have some adults. Normally we start around 5, and they'll stay until high school level. So we'll start around 16 or 17, and they can stay after high school. But most end up going to college, and they leave the area. But we have a few adults. Some parents stay. We have a ukulele band that was supposed to be for the parents, but the kids kind of took it over. But we do have some parents who play, and it's harder for them, of course. You're running around for your kids, and it's harder for you to do it. But we always invite them to come in. We'll put them on the schedule, let them learn. We had a grandmother a long time ago who brought her 2 grandchildren for lessons, and she started taking lessons too. So that was way before COVID. But if you have kids, we offer a 4 to 6 week trial program, which is we actually supply the instrument and the music all during the trial program, and you go between 4 to 6 weeks depending on how the children are doing, and then you can come talk to me, and we talk about staying permanently. That gives the family an opportunity to see how we work and to see if this is a good fit, and so it's a program that really seems to work well because they don't have to, they're not going in blind. They know what we do, and they know how good the program is before they stay permanently.
No, I like that. Actually, I do have an 11-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old son, and I actually play the guitar. So I'm into music, and I've tried to get them involved. And during COVID, I actually got some online lessons for my daughter with some online school, and it didn't go anywhere. And but that's good to know.
Because
it's hard to do it on. Yeah.
Well, so I invite you to come by anytime and see the school, visit. We'll take you a tour around the place and get you guys started. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'll have to come check it out. I know my daughter, she's at that age now, and she just went into middle school. Actually, one of her teachers, I don't know if you would know him. He's a musician, Mr. Calver at Pioneer.
No.
Okay, yeah, no, he's a musician and a stand-up comic apparently, and he also teaches some classes at the school, but she has not expressed much interest in learning to play. I asked her a couple of times because I've had other guests on the show that I had Bernie Pelsmajer from the School of Rock on the show.
Okay.
And I mentioned to my daughter, you should go check this out.
And
what's that?
You mentioned we have 2 voice teachers in case, because a lot of the girls especially like to sing, like to work on their voice. So we do have 2 voice teachers.
I need to come in to get some voice lessons for myself, because one of my you're cutting out a little there. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me okay?
All right. I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're better. Yeah. 100% better. 100% better. So yeah, one of my big bugaboos has always been my voice and letting it out in front of groups of people. Mm-hmm. I've had some interesting experiences, and so it's something I'd like to get better at, because playing the guitar is great, but if you could also sing while you play, that's even better.
Come on down. We have got you covered.
So you mentioned, you have this program where parents could come in and kind of do a trial run. What am I to expect? Let's just say for anybody out there listening that maybe has a 5 or 6 year old that would like to get them into music, but maybe they're a little apprehensive. They don't know where to go. They don't know which program is best for them. What could they expect walking in the door first day for their child?
First day, you come in, you would choose one of the following instruments to do this trial program. It would be guitar, keyboard, drum, electric bass, and you would be given an instrument for the time that you're doing the trial program, so you don't have to run out and buy anything. And you'd be given music, and you'll meet with a private teacher for 30 minutes. And a private teacher will start working simple note reading theory. We even with the guitars, we don't just do chords and tablature. Everybody learns to read and understand theory so that they can transfer that knowledge to another instrument if they want to.
Yeah.
And after that, we give them a band schedule. We have beginner bands, and basically they're groups, and they meet 3 times a week for an hour each. And you're welcome to come to 1, 2, or all 3. It's included in the weekly weekly fee for the lessons. And the beginner bands just reinforce the lessons, because all the children in those beginner bands have only had from 1 to 6 lessons. And so it's a guitar, and it's usually a group with a little some couple of kids on snare drum, couple of guitar players, couple of keyboard players, maybe a bass player, and they work together with a teacher for an hour each time.
Very cool. So what instruments do you play?
I started on guitar very young. I was 6.5 when I started guitar. So I'm a guitarist. I learned a lot of jazz early because that's what my dad played on saxophone. So he taught me how to comp chords so I could play with him. And then I learned, believe it or not, accordion and keyboard. And then in school, I guess I picked up French horn for a while, a little cello. I was a voice major in college, though. So guitar and voice, I guess, would be my 2 main instruments.
So how does that work, being in the space, right? Owning a music, that's your job, that's your work. Obviously, you're passionate about it. But when you want to go home and then just jam out and play your guitar by yourself, do you feel like you're working, or do you feel like that's an escape?
No. I never feel like I'm working when I'm playing. Never. No, I don't feel like I'm working when I'm working sometimes, because I'm also running the school. I also have my own students, and I teach the upper level bands, which I love doing, and I've always loved teaching, and I've always loved conducting. So it's kind of a mix, and I work a lot. It's, I don't have a lot of downtime. I'm here usually about 10 hours a day, sometimes more, and between running the school and teaching. But it's kind of where I want to be. So when I do get out, I like to travel a little bit. I like to go to different. I was just in New Orleans, listening to some jazz, and I've never been to Nashville. That's my next trip.
Oh, you definitely got to go to Nashville. Nashville's a wonderful city.
I can't believe I've never gone.
Yeah.
So what else?
Get it off the bucket list.
Yes. So what else would you like to know about me and our school? I
think we touched upon a good portion of it. Unless there's anything else you wanted to specifically share about the school, maybe the one thing that you'd like to leave our listeners with, that you'd like for them to know about the school.
Well, one of your questions that you had here was, what are any misconceptions about the business? And one of them, I think, it applies to all the arts, is that people don't feel they're essential. That's one of the things we feel is essential, that music is essential, because and there's a lot of research, playing a musical instrument uses almost all the areas of your brain at one time. It uses creative, it uses analytic, it uses reading comprehension, it uses math. There's self-confidence, there's focus, there's listening skills. There's the combination of mental work and physical work, because you're playing an instrument as well. And very few activities in your life ever touch that many parts of your brain at the same time and are fun to do. By saying it's not essential, that the arts are not essential, I think we're depriving kids of a huge opportunity to use their brain power more. And it helps in so many ways. We have a lot of special needs children here. And I've had parents come to me and say how their regular school teachers have commented on how much better their focus is, and their concentration has gotten better. And I think that is something that I think music, from my point of view, music is something that every child should be studying, should be part of their life. And it's something that, it's like a gift you give them that can never be broken or lost or taken away from them, that they'll have it forever. No matter what you go and what you do, you'll always have that skill and that ability to enrich your own life and others. You can teach, you can play for people, you can be the life of the party. And then you can pass that along to your children. And there's so much good about it. Relaxation. It was an amazing thing during COVID, where the parents told me that their kids, the practicing was such a relaxing outlet for them when they were stressed and were tense and stressed about their schoolwork and about being online and all this. So that, I guess I feel that's very important. Whether you go here or you go somewhere, get your kids into music. It will really pay off in so many ways. So many ways.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Especially with self-confidence and self-expression, creative expression. And you just said it there. When I'm stressed out, sometimes I'll pick up the guitar and I'll just play and let it go and feel a lot better. It's definitely therapeutic.
Now you can't concentrate on all that stuff if you're listening to yourself and playing and concentrating on the music. and it slows your heart rate, relaxes all the things that are going on, just kind of drift away. Yeah. And that goes for kids as well as adults, because kids are stressed sometimes. They come home and they've got so much work to do. There's so much pressure put on them sometimes.
Yeah.
It's really good to have something in their life that they can just go, all right, this is cool. I can relax. I can do this. And having a positive environment to do it in. And that's kind of one of the things we specialize in is, everybody here, all the kids, everybody, it's a very positive place. I don't know whether the music attracts such great families that we have, or they become great families because they're involved in music. I'm not sure which way it works.
A little bit of both.
Really both. But I wouldn't trade any of them for anything. They're the greatest families. And so I know I sound like I'm talking rainbows, but my people here that work here, I wouldn't want to do it without them. We really are a big collaborative team. And the families we have here are amazing, as are all their children. So it's come and check us out. We're closed.
How can we learn more? Tell our listeners, maybe share your website, your contact information, and then your address, location.
Well, we have a website. It's ASM Music Schools, Cooper City. We're on Instagram, which is asm.music.school. And we're on Facebook with the same ASM Music Schools, Cooper City. Drop in. We're at 8640 Griffin Road in Cooper City. And our phone number is 954-680-9005. Call to make an appointment, come in to see the school, or just drop in anytime you want. We're here pretty much all the time. But if you want to have somebody walk you around, just give us a call first and then come by.
All right. Sounds good. We will, of course, link in the description below to all of your contact information. Karin, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Jeremy. I hope to see you and your family soon.
Yeah, we'll definitely meet soon. Until then, have a wonderful holiday season and take care. And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Everyone have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast, Cooper City. To nominate your favorite local business to be featured on the show, go to gnpcoopercity.com. That's gnpcoopercity.com, or call 954-231-3170.